It's not belief. I know how to use a calculator. It's very simple.
Yeah, math doesn't lie, right?
Math doesn't lie. So that's exactly it.
Yeah.
If you have inventory that's collecting dust or is about to collect dust, it's the cheapest form of advertising.
It's great to be here, sitting down today with Marcel, who is the director of sales for PondView Winery out of Niagara on the Lake, and also one of the owners in Burnt Ship Winery. So, and he's been a BarterPay member for about 3 years now, doing some transactions with us. And so, welcome here, Marcel.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. So I just wanted to quickly sit down with you just for a quick chat here about your experience with BarterPay and how you've been able to leverage it in order to move some idle inventory, long inventory, and also get back some things that the winery needed, to offset costs. But yeah, just tell me about the first promotion you guys did. I believe was for some Vidal ice wine back a few years ago. So was it extra inventory that you were sitting on, or how did all that kind of come to be?
It was not extra inventory. It was to test out how good you are.
Ah, good.
And I thought, okay, let's take something that's hard to move in the local market. I think we started with 10 cases.
Yeah.
And I said, if they can move this, yes, let's have a conversation. So sorry you had to find out this way, but yeah, it was a test. Anyway,
that's all good.
You guys killed it. I think it was 2 days.
Yeah.
10 cases were done at full retail.
Yeah.
And then the ball was in my court, because now I had to spend those BarterPay dollars, which was very exciting. To be able to purchase things, not spending cold hard cash, but using inventory that we already had. And at that time we were working on some bigger projects, and went through the catalog of companies that you guys work with, and were able to get a whole bunch of stuff. I think at that time we used some of it to pay for a portion of pouring a big 40 by 90 concrete pad.
Yeah.
You guys made that happen, and we ordered some bar stools. On an ongoing basis, I started using it for any of our printing, and cleaning agents for our dishwashers and stuff. So it's been good. And since then, sometimes we produce a little bit more than what we need, and before inventory gets old, we list it with you guys, and Mark has been very good in helping us, our BarterPay representative, and things disappear very quickly, and we are able to go through the list of items that you guys have, and it's been very good.
Absolutely. So the most recent promotion we did was for skipping. It was a skipping stone. I can't remember what the exact product.
Skipping Stone White, our refreshing white wine. That's right.
Nice. And was that?
Give you 2 pallets of it, and it was gone in a couple of days as well.
Yeah, just goes. Was that a situation where you had some extra of that, or was that also this a test?
It was an accident. We had switched the vintage and found 2 more pallets in the warehouse. It's just too of the old vintage, and it's just too complicated to switch it back and forth, and people ordering the one vintage and not getting the other one. And so we decided that we needed some more dollars in our account, because with holiday season coming up, there is more printing to be done, and so on. And we're actually expanding one of our and updating one of our tasting areas. So we needed some more bar stools, and so it was the perfect time to. Not uncertain times like these, not to dig into our cash reserves and use what we already have. And the best thing about it, it's at full retail price.
That's the thing, right? No discounts. people think that sometimes the bartering system is meant to be a discount system, but it's everybody's getting their regular fair market retail. So it protects that margin, it protects your brand, and your perception of the value of your product. So that's great. So it's great.
One of the big misconceptions, or that they're worried about, that they have to discount stuff, but I think you guys have done a good job, with us explaining of how to use the system. And I think that is really the number one lesson.
Yeah, and that's a testament of the Barter Coaches that we have, that like you talked about your representative, Mark. Like, it's important that all of our clients lean on their Barter Coach in two ways. Number one, to help them market their product, in this case your ice wine, the Skipping Stone brand, to get that sold, to get that out into the marketplace, to earn barter credits, but also on the back end, making sure that you're working closely with your coach on your wish list of what you're looking for, so that they can go do some hunting. I know even for the concrete pad, we signed up a brand new vendor into the BarterPay system just for you guys to be able to make that purchase, and we do that all the time. And so if a winery owner is listening into this conversation right now, what's your suggestion to them? Like, it's like, I mean, we always come at it from the standpoint, hey, give it a try. Pick some inventory that you have. Maybe you've got some overstock. Maybe you've got this switch of a vintage that accidentally happened or whatever. So what would you say to a winery? Again, we're more of the idea, like, pick a little bit of inventory, give it a try, do some business, spend some credits, and then if you like it, you can keep doing it. If you don't like it, that's okay. There's no hard feelings. We can just kind of part ways, knowing a bit more about each other. So what's your advice?
That's exactly it. I think I would last time that's exactly how I approached it. If I was to recommend it to someone else, I would say do a meeting with set up a meeting with the coach, and be prepared in your mind in that meeting of the things that that you continuously spend money on, and a lot of times there's things you don't really even think about it in the day to day. Like I said, like printing, it's so easy to say, oh, we need this flyer, or we need this, and you just call and there's another couple $100, or there's $1,000 for printing, and not a big deal, whatever, it's a business expense, but this adds up. Every winery, every business that produces something has some kind of overstock somewhere, and it's just, especially times like these, discounts going on everywhere. Why discount it if you can get full pop for it? If you already know you're going to use this anyways for some of your regular supplies, it's an absolute no-brainer. It's really not that complicated, just like everything else. You just got to get used to it, but it doesn't take long to get hooked, because it's a fantastic system. So kudos to you guys for it.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you so much for being a believer and for utilizing our service. And our clients love being able to drink PondView wine. That's for sure.
It's not belief. I know how to use a calculator. It's very simple.
Math doesn't lie, right?
Math doesn't lie. So that's exactly it.
Yeah.
If you have inventory that's collecting dust or is about to collect dust, it's the cheapest form of advertising.
Yeah.
So it's a double hit for a company that's trying to build a brand. You get it into a much bigger customer network, that if they like your product, they're going to come back for more. And that could be for BarterPay dollars, or it could be then in return for Canadian dollars. And you're moving some product. So I think that the marketing part of it is also what a lot of people don't realize when they hear about like yours.
Well, it's unquantifiable and an intangible that's hard, you can't track it, right? But there definitely, I know that your wine has been on the tables of probably well over 250 households that likely would not have bought it had it not been available through BarterPay. And so you're right, they're looking at the bottle, they're seeing your website, they're seeing your label, and then they're walking through the store later, and it's like, oh, let's get some more of that, and it's like, and they pull out the credit card, right? So absolutely, there's definitely that more visibility on your brand, right, when you're dealing with a barter system and reaching new markets. That's important to do that. So
there has to be stock sitting in a lot of warehouses, and I would encourage anyone that is listening to take me by my word, try some of this, to try to move some of this through you guys at BarterPay.
Yeah,
because it costs money to be in the warehouse, especially if you have third-party warehousing, and the next vintage is fermenting in tanks right now.
Yeah.
So it'd be a great time to use, to make some space, and I think people will be pleasantly surprised.
It's either going to be sitting in the warehouse, costing money, or it's going to be sitting in value, full retail value in a barter account. A lot of people often, get caught up in, I have to spend the credit right away. And I say, well, having the barter credits in your account is really no different than having the wine sitting in a warehouse. It's just in a different form, right? So if that wine was going to sit there for the next 6 months or a year and slowly deplete, even if it takes you 6 months or a year to spend the barter credits, it's like the same thing, except that now you have full value for it, and you're not, don't have any waste, or you're not pouring VQA white expired wine down the drain, or blending it, having to blend it back into something else or whatever. So it's important to think about it from that light too.
Yeah, no, that's a very important part, and then you take your time, figure out who the vendors are that you want to spend the BarterPay dollars with. And like you said, if there is something that you need and you would love to spend BarterPay dollars on, but they're not, this company is not part, or this type of vendor is not part of the current catalog. I mean, you guys have been very good at finding new members, so that we were able to spend those dollars. So it's a moving target all the time, which I really enjoy. That it's not just, here are the vendors that we deal with, and that's it.
No, it's ever expanding.
That's another misconception that people might have, and so that's a very important message, that it's an open marketplace. It's not rigid.
No, it's ever expanding network. We're always adding new members, literally daily now at this point, with this economic conditions that we're in. New members, new businesses are signing up every day. In fact, just last week, we had our largest client in the system, well over 10 billion in sales. They were going to be buying gifts for all of their employees. They have over 5,000 employees across Canada, and they were going to be, last year they bought gifts for all of the employees' children, the kids, and it wasn't in the budget this year to spend that cash. And so the HR director of the company emailed me and said, hey, could we get these gifts through BarterPay? And I said, well, maybe. Why don't you email your vendor from last year and say, hey, we've already told you that we can't proceed with this transaction again this year, but if you join BarterPay, we'll fire it back up and make the purchase. Sure enough, I got looped into an email with that vendor, and within 24 hours, that vendor signed up on BarterPay and is now doing over about 50% of the transaction in BarterPay credit. So it kind of
thought all the kids are getting a bottle of wine.
We should do that too. We're always looking at growing the system based on the requests coming from our members. So if any wineries are listening right now, like you want to get in touch with me, john.porter at barterpay.ca, and we can hop on a discovery call together, chat about your specific needs, what inventory you might have that you want to kind of dip your toe in the water with BarterPay on. Let us prove that side first, that we can move inventory quickly, get it out the door, get it in the households consumed, and then on the back end, working with us directly to make sure that we can help you take that newly earned barter credit and go and utilize it for to replace costs, to conserve cash. There's no sense touching new cash when you can take sunk cost inventory that's already got money invested there and just switch it for something else. And that's what we do. So it's imperative that we try and help. Everybody has to get creative right now and help each other in these conditions, right? It's all about saving as many businesses as we can and making sure that people come out of this stronger than ever. It's a pleasure speaking with you, Marcel, and we enjoy working with you guys there at PondView and Burnt Ship Bay, and we look forward to many more success stories in terms of the barter system.
Thank you, John. And like you said, anyone in my industry, I'd be happy to talk to them about the system. I truly believe in it. Well, my calculator believes in it. Great job, and really happy that we connected 3 years ago.